Well, let's start with what did you know Kyron, and what are your thoughts on what happened?
Uh, when I first came here, I met Kyron in the locker room. They did introduce us to the older guys as I came in as a freshman. I did talk to them a little bit, but his situation is kind of sad, but I got to move on. So.
So you wrap up spring today. What do you think you and the team got out of the last month or so?
I would say that we got a whole lot of development in, especially with the younger guys, especially in my class as well, and with the freshmen that came in early. Is a whole lot of development. They came in, and the process of that defense with Coach Baker. So a whole lot of development.
For you, how do you think you've kind of developed now, second year in the program?
I would say my development would be confidence. I think I was more confident coming into the season, into this off season in the spring. So yeah, my confidence I think skyrocketed for this season.
So at the safety position, how do you feel like this team is building its depth, and how do you feel about just that position right now?
I think we got a decent amount of depth, especially when rotating in during games. I think we got some rotational guys like myself as well that could go in. When somebody's tired or hurt, need a break, could come in and execute just the same as a guy that's in front of them. So.
Well, what did you learn as a freshman?
I probably just learned to take it step by step and have individual development throughout that season. So I think that's a key factor when becoming a freshman.
Would you say your position, especially it's when you're not thinking as much, you can play the position so much better? It's more instinct than maybe as a freshman you had to think a lot more?
Yeah. I think when you're a freshman, you're just out there. You still got high school habits that you got to break. But yeah, you always overthinking things, the plays and all that. But as you get older, like I said, this year I became more confident and everything just slowed down for me. So.
Does it mean more for you that you are a local guy and you're a local guy playing at LSU?
Yeah, it means a whole lot to me and my family. When I came down here at like 9 years old, I always wanted to play at LSU. I lived like 5 minutes away from the stadium and I could hear it. I was like, yeah, that's why I want to play.
So 9 years old is how many years ago?
19, so about 10, 11.
Yeah. So you were watching, that's Tyron and those guys, the players
I
at
was watching
LSU?
about like 2018, 2019 football, about that time, yeah.
Who are your favorite players?
Favorite player probably would be in Joe Burrow and Grant Delpit. Yeah, I like those guys.
Having come in at the same time as Blake Baker, do you feel like going into next season, you feel a sense of comfortability working with him and how he controls the defense?
Yeah, I would think so. Coming in at the same time as him, I think my relationship with him is growing. So I think I'll be more comfortable as time goes on. I am comfortable right now, but
How do you think Coach Baker has kind of implemented his style, obviously, in his second year now with the team? Last year everybody kind of gets to know Coach and what he does, and this year that they already know.
I think he's done a good job as a coach, especially as his second year here, teaching the guys, just taking it step by step, honestly, and making everything slow down, especially for the younger guys, especially myself as well, as a second-year guy.
As you go into the summer, what are your thoughts? Like, what do you want to do between now and when you get back here in August for practice?
I would say going into summer my main goal is to have individual development. So whether that's having meetings with my assistant coach, Coach Nojo, just going over plays, learning the schemes, learning the offense one-on-one, technique as well, and just stuff like that can help me prepare for the season.
On that wall, it says August 30th, Clemson.
Yeah.
You guys, big game to start. I mean, how much will you be thinking about that this summer?
It's really just the next game, just another opponent that we're gonna have to beat. That's how I think of it. So, we're gonna work towards it during this off season. That's gonna be our main focus. So we're gonna get after it.
Anybody else? Good.